Most traders are familiar with Fibonacci, but let's talk about a real example of how it's used intraday with Carolyn Boroden. So Carolyn, you've had a recent trade that was in Apple that set up for you on an intraday basis. Talk about that.
Right. When I first came in to look at the markets this morning, I saw that Apple started breaking down on a very short-term chart. It was a 5-minute chart. So what I did was, after it broke down, I set up the next retracement and price projection, and I looked for an area for a possible short entry. Now, it did give me an area to look at. It tested that area, it held, and then it triggered on a 1-minute chart. So we ended up taking the short sale off of that and looked for a 1.272 target off of that area.
Now, how close do you want it to get to those levels or the zones to know that it's a good trade, that the trade is on?
Well, if it's a very short-term chart, I might look within 10 to 20 cents. I mean, we hit the zone in Apple this morning exactly. And then we ended up getting a trigger a little bit after the high was made. And then as far as the target, we almost made the 127 target to the tick. It was off by 10 cents.
You mentioned before about it getting triggered on a 1-minute chart. What do you mean by that?
Basically, what I do is I go to a lower time frame chart, and if I'm looking for a sell trigger, for example, I want to see the market take out a prior swing low, and I also like to see a moving average crossover, something to tell me that it's worth placing a bet against the sell zone that I'm looking at. Any
favorite moving averages that you like to use?
I use an 8 EMA crossing over a 34 EMA.
And so whatever time frame that is, it's the 834, it doesn't matter
Yes.
which time frame you're looking at.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then is this something on Apple you're looking for over and over again, or are you just looking for the specific pattern and you'll trade it on any stock that you see it happening on?
I will trade it on any stock. As long as it shows up the same way and it triggers, I'll trade any stock.
So how do you find them with so many stocks out there to look at one time?
I actually scan quite a few every day. I probably look at just over 100 stocks and ETFs every morning. And then I see which one stands out and which one is close to levels.
And is it a matter of experience, just kind of flipping through these charts, flipping through on your screen to kind of see and spot those quickly?
It is a little bit, because I'm first eyeballing it to see whether it's worth setting up. And if I can see that from my experience, then I will actually run the levels.
Carolyn, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.